Nikki Mondaberry from Recovering Strong Black Woman, and on my blog, we talk about everything from wellness to manifestation to ultimately living life on your own damn terms. On today's episode, I'm going to talk about something that has been so rewarding for me, and I'm just going to wish this experience on everyone because I really think it can become really beautiful. So what I'll say is, women on their single journey, there's a lot of times where I feel like women will like kind of wait for someone, for their manifested partner to come in and swoop in and take them to do all the things they've been wanting to do. And what that can do is really shift that energy into places not really serving you, right? So it can be like, I'm just waiting for all of this. I'm waiting for my person to come to do all this stuff. But there's some things you can have and do on yourself and can be incredibly rewarding. And also sometimes in that holding pattern of waiting for someone to come and, rescue you like a beautiful Disney movie and take you off to your castle, you miss on the opportunity to enjoy life, right? So things are still going to happen. I would say like a lot of times, whether it be like Christmas or Thanksgiving or, everyone's talking about matching PJs. There's a lot of these things a lot of times can be a little triggering of like, I can't wait to do this with my partner. But listen, there's a lot of different ways you can experience those moments or those days way differently. So one of the things I will tell you is a couple of years ago, I told my sis, she's been on the vlog before, Bree, and I'll tag her. Her and I were having a conversation, and basically I was like, hey, if you want to have like an awesome Valentine's Day, go have one. Why? Don't wait. And it was something that I had learned probably like maybe not too far ahead, but it had changed the game for me. And for me, it was New Year's. New Year's for me is like a really big day. And I remember New Year's, this was like my first New Year's, and recently like being single, and it could have been filled with anxiety, but I was like, it's going to be amazing. Y'all, I look back now and look, I could cry because it was so beautiful. I had such an amazing New Year's because I was like, I'm not going to sit out here, be mad, angry because I'm single. Like, I'm still worthy of being celebrated. So my approach to it really was different, and I really got such a beautiful result. And it's lasting, like, listen, this is 2 years later, and I'm still like, oh, it was so beautiful. I never forget. I was like, I just asked myself, I said, what do you want? So that's the first thing you're going to do, right? Is if you're in that situation, Valentine's Day, y'all, I know it's coming straight up. Yeah, I know you might be single, like, I wish I had somebody to do. Listen, we're gonna work through it. So the first thing I'll ask you to ask yourself is, what do you want? It doesn't matter what it is. It could be, hey, listen, on Valentine's or New Year's, I want chocolate covered strawberries. Well, go get yourself some chocolate covered strawberries. You can order that for yourself. If you want to enjoy it, why you gonna wait 3 years to enjoy it when your partner orders it, but you don't want to celebrate it now? If your taste buds have a taste for chocolate covered strawberries, go get you some chocolate covered strawberries. It's okay. It's okay to love into yourself that way. And here's the gag. The more you give yourself experiences of that frequency, the more people will come into your life who will continue to operate on that level, right? Who are operating in the present moment. And then you too won't be so gung-ho in gratitude about some of the smaller stuff that it might give you some blinders to your discernment in meeting a partner, right? So kind of get used to feeling all the goodness that you want to experience ASAP, right? So it could be that. I'll tell you my personal experience from New Year's was, I wanted to do my vision board. And I said, I love doing my vision board right before the new year. So that was my thing. I wanted to deep clean my home, right? Honey, every nook cranny, I'm deep cleaning everything, getting stuff out. I knew I wanted to do that. I knew I wanted to have a phenomenal dinner. So, and this was like, honey, still during COVID. So I ordered me a wonderful dinner. I wanted dessert. I wanted some great champagne. I love champagne. So I got some great champagne. I said, I want silk pajamas, and I want to dance with my champagne tipsy until the New Year's came in. And that's exactly what I did. And it was so beautiful. I had such a good time. I played a cute movie when I was making my vision board. I was like, I was feeling all the vibes. When my house was clean, it was smelling good. I purchased flowers. I said, I want flowers for myself coming this New Year's. So I wanted it. That's when I got myself some wonderful red roses. And then my meal came. I enjoyed my meal. I ate it with intention. Like, just take. I was just take. I was spoiling me. I was just taking all the time to nurture anything that I wanted with all my senses. So I did that. Oh, also did my bubble bath. I had additional roses for my bubble bath. I had my soothing Reiki music. So I was just, all the senses were continuing to be engaged. Then I got out my brother and his girlfriend got me these silk pajamas for Christmas. I put them things on like I wanted that, and boom, they got me that for I hadn't even said that to anybody, and that manifested. And then I had my music going, and I danced in my living room, smiling about all the progress that I had, and just dancing my ass like into a sweat by myself, give myself a whole show, singing all these songs. And it was, and it might not sound like amazing to anybody else, but for me, it was just so freeing because everything was about the way I wanted it, and I made sure I got it because I was deserving of it, and I didn't skip a beat. I didn't make excuses why I couldn't have that. And that was the first time that I think I really kind of poured into myself like that. And I've continued to do it. And every time I do it, it gets better and better. Right. So I am here now enjoying my staycation weekend. Right. So well, it's not really staycation. I'm a couple of cities over. And I said, hey, in 2022, every month I'm going to have a leisure trip every month. And I've got some amazing ones coming up. And I said, but I'm going to I can't wait to find this cute boutique hotel. And that's what I want. And guess what? That's what I found. And I said, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And that's what I did. And I feel great. And I don't feel the absence of joy because I'm not side by side with the partner right now. Because I'm celebrating me. And when you celebrate you, you make way, like it's not, there's not an empty hole. It's not a bucket. Because I'm coming from intention to celebrate me and to make sure once again my senses are being met. And so I continue to practice that, and the friends that I've shared that with, that they've embraced, it really has been a game changer for them too. And some people might say, oh, that's corny, that's whack, you doing all this stuff on your own, but you're deserving of it. And you've got to get comfortable in certain things with giving it to yourself so that you know you're worthy. That you know you're worthy. You might experience stuff, that you give to yourself that no one else has, but you got to get used to it. You got to accept that frequency. You got to say, yes, thank you. You got to be appreciative for it. And so there's nothing wrong or off by that. And I think, a lot of times we talk about self-care, we talk about getting our nails done, our hair done, all that stuff. But it's so much more than that. Self-care is saying, hey, I'm going to go get an amazing room, and I'm going to, like for me, I was like, I'm going to come and do content. I'm going to come and daydream and figure out and just live in the moment of all the experiences I'm going to have. And whatever kind of pops into my mind, I'm going to continue to hold fast to that. I'm going to pour over and continue to look and get all the vibes from my vision board and continue to experience more of that. That too is self-care, right? So self-maintenance is one thing, but self-care is also beautiful. And anytime you care to yourself and your needs and your wants and desires, that's always worthy. That's always on time. It's always on brand on Recovering Strong Black Woman. Okay? And a way that I'm continuing to do this, moving to this year, is I tell myself, once again, I'm going to have this, I'm going to do this trip, and I got some amazing trips. And then for Valentine's Day, I've decided to take myself on a solo international trip. Yep. I'm not going to share all the details because folks be crazy, but I'm going to do it. And I did. I booked my room. I booked a private transport round trip, nice luxury car. I booked a room, and I was like, okay, well, it's just me. I don't need that much. And it's a really nice resort. Honey, I booked myself the romance villa because, honey, I ain't about to romance myself, okay? I'm going to have this wonderful jacuzzi tub filled with roses. For who? For I. Because you know what? I'm going to feel good in it. I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to look cute in it. And I'm going to take up that space. I'm not going to wait and say, okay, I just need less because people think single folks need less. Honey, I need as much as I choose to have. And I'm going to choose to have all the wonderful experiences. I'm going to have all this meal. I'm going to enjoy the shower. I'm going to enjoy the bed. I'm going to enjoy my robes. And any space I occupy is going to be worthy of me. So I'm gonna continue to practice that. And y'all can see me like I'm blushing right now, but I'm really excited. Like, wow, to get to the point where you don't make excuses about taking care of yourself is a lot, especially for Black women. Because we're always told, well, what about this? You can do this for that person. And like, it's all like, damn, like society, damn, we can't take care of ourselves. We can't spoil ourselves. Like, it's okay to spoil yourself and to experience things that you want or things that are important to you. And, you know, maybe your Valentine's Day looks different. And once again, I always talk about too is like it might luxury looks different for everybody, right? I didn't just start here. It took me steps to get here where I was like I was comfortable and I had to break down my barrier of luxury to say, yes, I am worthy of this resort. Yes, I'm worthy of private transport. Yes, I'm worthy of this type of flight. That took time. But even if you want to start someplace else, that could just be, hey, I'm worthy of a nice meal. And maybe your budget can't allow for a certain thing. Go get your protein. Go get your food. Go get you honey. Listen, all these got some nice $2 wine. They sure do. It's nice and tasty. And maybe you cook a wonderful dinner for yourself. Trader Joe's always has beautiful flowers. So maybe for Valentine's Day, you go get yourself some flowers. A $1.25 store, they always have a good vase. Go put them flowers in that vase that is $4 to have a wonderful bouquet. Don't accept less from somebody else who wants to give you some old rinky dink bear and something else if like don't accept that basic level because you too can give that to yourself, right? So a lot of times I feel like when it comes to certain holidays, and not saying, hold on, let me take a step back, not saying that somebody giving that is basic. What I am saying is a lot of times women, I feel like, want some of that connection, want to be gifted, want to be showered so much that they're willing to accept that from somebody who don't give a damn about them or their well-being, just to kind of have it for that comfort, right? For that love language confirmation. But the way you also want to be loved, you've got to practice loving yourself in that way. Because sometimes if you're not used to receiving that love, if your love language is quality time and someone always gives you gifts and but you know you like quality time and you don't give yourself quality time, when a man comes around all of a sudden is able to give you quality time, you might be like, what's going on? You always in my business. You've got to practice that. You got to hold space, enjoying the things and however you like to do it, and normalize it for yourself. Because like no one else has to get it, right? It's practice it. Practice what you preach, right? So experience it and really make time for enjoying yourself. Once again, on Valentine's Day, your treat could be, hey, I'm going out. I'm going to this cute local coffee place, and I'm going to have an amazing cup of coffee, and I'm going to have a scone. That might be it. That's still worthy. I had this afternoon for my little date, I found a little ice cream shop that had keto, sugar-free very low carbs, and dairy-free ice cream. Listen, old me would have grabbed that, put it in a little container, and brought it back to my hotel room. New me, got it, said thank you, went to my cute little table and saved my ice cream. I was on a date with myself, and I had a great time with myself. And I was blushing as much as I'm blushing now, just being in the vibe of like, this is really tasty. Like, oh, I'm so grateful of the day and just happy for myself, happy to cherish myself, happy to give myself the things that I really enjoy, right? And also, friends, what I'm saying is this does not have to be monetary, whatever it looks like. The moral of the story is I want you to get comfortable with understanding what it is that you like and what it is that you want. And if you're not in a position to receive it, to give it to yourself, right? And it really kind of breaks the door down on the myth too, I think, of dating too. That's for another episode, but I think when you really begin to experience it, you understand like, oh, some of the stuff I'm asking for really ain't that complicated. And then you also will be able to ask for more in dating, and you also will be able to, most importantly, just receive more, because you are in a pattern of receiving. You're in a pattern of getting those things and being in those moments, and that will naturally attract more and more experiences for you. So, beautifuls, I want you to remember you're so worthy of a phenomenal day. Once again, I know Valentine's Day is right around the corner. I hope that you have a wonderful Valentine's Day. I hope that even though it might not look as you imagine, that it looks way better than what you thought it could have been, because you're worthy. And I encourage you to navigate through the things that are really important to you and spend that doing something that really speaks to you. Vision board, making chocolate covered strawberries, watching a romantic movie, getting a glass of champagne, and really champion yourself, because you're worth that attention. You're worth holding space for, and it does not have to be a triggering day. Take your power back. You can really enjoy that day in the way that you want to, and I want to encourage that for you. So thank you, ladies, for coming to my channel again. Love to have additional comments in the description, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. This is Recovering Strong Black Woman.